Don't have a drink. Darn it. Oh, okay. I'll be right back. I need to go get my water. I don't have my water. I don't know what I was thinking. Don't know what I was thinking. I sat down without my water. Crazy me. Hi, Levon. Hi. And I went live and then I was like, I don't have my water. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing today. Hi, Monica. Good afternoon, Dakota. So, a lot happened this week, you guys. A lot. Hi, Andrea. I don't know why my screen is so dark. I don't know if it's dark to you guys, but it looks dark to me. There we go. Hi, Ragdoll. Guys, it's getting crazy. It's been crazy. I don't know. Getting crazy. It's been crazy. Hi, Alamada. Mandy wanted to say thank you for letting me post some pictures from my wedding. Not a problem. Not a problem. Congratulations, by the way. So, yeah. This week, we learned a lot of things this week. Getting a lot of comments on Dream about some people are behind and they just read EJ's story. They're like, why is Cassie's story next? And I feel like I've answered that a million times. So, hi, Amanda. You know, I'm not going to answer that question anymore. I feel like it's obvious why Cassie's story had to be next. So, I'm not answering that anymore. Hello, hope you're having a great day so far. I'm having a pretty good day so far. Not as productive as I want, but you know what? We're rolling with it. Okay. Does anybody have questions from this week? I'm trying to think if I saw anything. Oh, I did see someone say Caden's supposed to be super observant and he should have noticed the wolf looked like Alexander. I mean, it's a stuffed wolf. He thinks it to him, he's just like, I'm sure this is something from her parents. So it's not that he's not observant, guys. There are, other reasons to have wolves. And, and that's Ashley's wolf. As far as like Melanie's own pack of her wolf that she had, her own brothers didn't put it together. So, her family didn't put it together. They all just thought she wanted a stuffed wolf. So it's not like super obvious. So, yeah, that's that. Okay. Do we have any questions today? Or did everybody just get on to say hi? It's okay if we don't have questions. That's okay. I can talk about something for a little bit and then, we can just call it a day. I got on a little earlier than normal, just trying to catch other people at different times and see if, we could get a group of people that maybe haven't been able to watch the live. So, hi, Erica. So, if we don't have questions, that's okay. I was wondering if Fenelton knew about Trixie since Aiden and Arian didn't know. He did not when he died. She was little when he died, and she's half human, so she was in a different realm. So he would have gone back to see her mom at some point and figured it out, but no, he didn't know at the time. Will we find out about the cookies in Cassie's story? Well, they eat the cookies, so I mean, we know they eat cookies. I'm not sure what we're referencing. When Haley gave her charge to Army in book 1, was that Aaron or his dad? It was Aaron. Did Sierra almost call Ashley Melanie? I mean, she said me, and Caden and Micah believed she was not saying herself. That's what we know about that at the moment. So, okay. But yeah, so we don't know what she was going to say. What we know about what she was going to say is what Caden and Micah think. So, will we find out if the cookies are an issue? No. No. Did Miley's mom and dad have any other children together? No. Nope, Miley is the only child between her mom and her dad. The rest of his children are with his mate. So Miley's mom met her mate after she had Miley. So then she just had kids with her mate moving forward. So Miley has younger brothers on that side, and she's the youngest on her dad's side. Who is Zeke from the Hood in book 3? He's a member of the Hood. He is one of the ones that knows what Noah really did. Him, Isaiah, Susanna, and Sally were in between Sally and Lexi at the string ceremony. So that's who Zeke is. I don't know if it's on your guys' end, but I swear my screen keeps getting brighter and darker, and I have no idea why. Like nothing is changing in the background. I haven't had the opportunity to read the latest update. Did they say that Trevor drugged Melanie? I believe that's in the latest update. But yes, they did. They said he tried. Yeah. Trevor's not a good guy, people. It's not a good person. But I think from the glimpse that we've gotten of him, no one thought he was a good person. So I don't feel like that's like, a shocker to hear that he's not a good person. Do the women in the Hukira realm only have women during the off periods, or are they allowed to have men? They only have they have off periods with women. It's just what they do. They don't want to have off periods with men. I'm sure they could if they wanted to, but they don't want to. Is that the thing that happened between them? No. This is well after. So the thing that happened between them happened before she turned 18. Because they were already at each other's throats well before she turned 18. And after she turned 18, he tried to drug her so he could mark her. That was well after their conflict started. Well after their conflict started. So, yeah. My guess is maybe that he was one of the ones that was allowed to punish her. We see this. We find the answer to like what has happened between them. We will see that later. But yeah, he's Oh, Trevor. He's a character. So he's not a good person. But I mean, I'm sure you're getting the sense that not a lot of people in Nashville are good people. So they're a problem. In book 1, Haley overhears the conversations. One of those people is the actual head of the ring. 1 is King Damon, 2 is Arian, 3 is Fabian, 4 is a fairy loyal to Fabian, possibly Massimo, and 5 is another vampire. Is the vampire the leader of the ring? The vampire that's the leader of the ring is in book 1. And he does talk. I'm not going to tell you who he is, though. There are hints, though. Do Hakura children between non-mates always have their mom's last name, or is it just decided between the parents? Just wondering why Miley doesn't have Xander's last name. If it's not their mate, they don't have their dad's last name. It's mostly they just have their mom's last name because that's who they mainly live with, is their mom. But yeah, Miley doesn't have her dad's last name. Hypothetically, if Mel is the White Wolf, then could she have a power to see through charms? I mean, there's obviously something going on, whether that's, a power of some sort. We'll find out what's going on with that. Obviously, she's very smart, so there could be something with that. But we'll see what's going on with that. That's not just going to get, pushed off to the side and no one's going to wonder about. But, from what we learned, and we haven't really learned that much about the legend because most people brush off Dylan's parents, and what people know are kind of, the things that are, common to like what the legend that they tell kids are. So they don't really have that much knowledge about it. Dylan's parents did, but they're dead at this point. So when Caden is remembering when the wolves went down, one of the Hakura reports that Blue Moon is down. Did he portal to Blue Moon to verify, or was he already there? He portaled. So Hendrix took a group of 20 people to Black Mountain. They were down, and so he ordered people to go to the Allies from there. So it was part of that original 20 group. Has Jason's mate been mentioned? Yes. Does Exodus have siblings? Yes. Hi, Ramonsa. Is the vampire leader of the ring the same vampire that King Arthur suspects of compelling the Connors? That's certainly an option. That is an option. My guess is Avery is Jason's mate. No, she's not. There's a whole barrel of complications with those groups coming together. So, is there a specific time limit for the cookie effect? We don't know if the cookies are the problem, so we don't have that answer. Well, I do. I know if the cookies are the problem or not. The readers don't know at this point. Levon, I think Avery is Phil's mate, since the prediction said Alexander and Phil's mate would be close. We'll see. We'll see who all this new group ends up being connected to, where, from, and how. I will say they're not drama free. It is not a drama free. It's complicated. Hi Amanda. Can you tell us what happened to the 10-year-old shapeshifter that Red Run took in? The one that. So I've answered this question several times. He lived in Red Run. He still does. But he's a shapeshifter. He mostly shifts into a wolf to fit in with them, but they took him in. He was raised there. He's fine. Is Silas important? I mean, he's good at what he does. He'll probably be mentioned a few times. But is he like central to the story? No. But I mean, he'll be around. But no, the shifter that was mentioned in Emily's book, he wasn't central to the story. He didn't even get a name. He's no one's mate. He's someone's mate. He's not crazy. He has a mate. So it was who was it? I think it was Hendrix. Yeah, it was Hendrix that mentioned he doesn't think Azir gives mate to people that like the group 3 guys who were obsessed with Haley and Claire. Not Claire. Is that her? That's not her name. I've had a headache all week, guys. Struggling on the character names. Cora, that's her name. Cora, he believes that Azir doesn't give mates to people like that if they have paths where they could potentially hurt their mate. And he's right. Azir, if he sees, you've got potential paths where you could reject or harm one of his children, he doesn't give you a mate. I mean a critical mate. We'll see. I'm not going to answer who his mate is. We'll see where that all ends up. Cora, thank you, Monica. But yeah, Azir is different than the goddesses because if he sees there are paths for a child, because what happened with Sally, that was cruel. To be blunt, that was cruel. That shouldn't have happened. And it wouldn't have happened to Kira because Azir wouldn't allow it to happen. Obviously, like if Noah turned from being a crazy person, then he could still get a mate. But yeah, Azir is not assigning mates to crazy people. Do we see Sally's brother again, or are they just side characters? Do they have monikers? They do have monikers. They are just side characters. I do have a Sally and Derek book where they're more developed. But are we going to see them in the main story? Probably not. But they're in the Sally Derek outline. Let me pull up that outline. Yeah, they're in this outline. Yep. They're in that more, obviously, because like Sally goes and talks to them more, and they are friends with Derek too. So we just, with the couples we follow, it doesn't really make sense to bring them in. So that's where we are with that. Hi all. How are you today, Amanda? I hope your weekend has been good too. It's been a nice weekend. I just have a headache I can't get rid of. It's very annoying. It's killing my mojo. So, but yeah, it has been a nice weekend. So, today I took my husband and my son we went to the park and then we ran some errands and he had a great time. So that's always nice. Does anyone else feel like they could take a nap? I feel like I could take a nap. But yeah, we've got obvious things going on. We're obviously close to the end of Cassie and Caden's book because we're getting closer to where we left EJ. And like I said, we're not going to go too much farther. Past that, we will go a little bit, but not too much farther. Do Cassie, EJ, and Alexander still have Hakura guards? They do. Cassie's kind of back off when she's in the Hakura realm, and she's there most of the time. So it's a little harder for them to like know when she's like popping out or going somewhere because they're not like on her that much in the Hakira realm. Obviously, there are going to be times where Caden changes that. So they're around. Alexander and EJ, they don't have as many as Cassie does. And I mean, Alexander is in the Hakira realm not infrequently. So yeah, and like EJ's were with him when they were on vacation in Fiji, and he sent them with Cassie. So he has 2, and so does Alexander. But they can get away from them fairly easily. La, la, la. Things are coming to an end now. With that, I'm sorry, I need more information on that question. Has Jade's mate been mentioned? Yes, I think so. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Barely. Yes. Yes. Hold on. I'm pretty sure he has been. We haven't heard much about the war goddess. We just learned her name. Is she like the Greek goddess? Yes, Athena, the Greek goddess of war. Yes, that's her. The story. Yes, the story is for Cassie is coming to an end. Like I said, her book was always going to be one of the shorter ones. I actually made it a little longer than I originally planned because I really like Caden and Cassie. So there's extra chapters that were not originally planned that I decided to go with. So yeah, it was longer than I originally planned because I just really like them. And like I said, I think they open themselves up to a second book that's just focused on them. So I like when it's Caden's point of view. I like Caden's point of view too. I like Cassie's too. I like both of them a lot. I think they remind me a lot about Eric and Haley. They just met younger, so they have that going for them. They just have a little bit of jump on knowing each other that much longer and things like that. So, but they do remind me of them. Would it spoil things to ask how close we are to the name of the next book? The Moody Triplet and his love bug Stafer. I kind of wish I had thought of that. No, that's not the name of the title. That's great though. Oh my goodness. No, that's not the name of the... I'm sorry. I'm gonna get it together. Okay. That is really funny. I really like that. That is not the name of the next title. I think I've been debating a lot this week how all that's gonna go with Cassie's book. I don't know the answer. I would say we're going to get... I have decisions to make today about when in the week next week we'll get that, but it will be next week that we'll get the title. Also, Marnie, I just feel like you need a clap on the back for that one. That's I'm gonna laugh about that all day. That's great. Missed opportunities. Will you take a break before you start Alexander's book? No. I will start his book like I have the other ones. Yeah, so that's the plan. Will Angela have a blade level guard when she moves to Foray? She already has one. That's funny. Love the title. Yeah, Marnie, people loving your title. That's how you cure a crappy week. I want a Haley level book for Cassie. I just love her so much. Yeah, like I said, I think EJ and Elise and Cassie and Caden open themselves up to a book number 2. The focus is more on them and their lives. I feel like with Cassie and Caden, we got a bit more focus on them and their lives. But yeah, I think theirs could obviously have a second book that kind of picks up where we start Alexander's journey and just kind of segues and follows throughout their life. I think we could obviously have that. So double clap. Yeah. It's a great title. With each of your books, I don't want them to end, but I'm always glad to start a new one. Yeah, I've said that EJ and Cassie's book will be shorter, and there are obviously reasons for that. People wanting Alexander's book to start doesn't really push me to end them sooner. I've seen people asking, like, are we going to go all the way back? No, we're not. I've done that for the past 2 books. I'm not going to go all the way back. Now, does that mean we're not going to get answers of what's been going on with other people? No, we will still get answers. It's just not going to be by going back, and especially on, especially Alexander's side. Like, we've gone back twice now with the kids, so just to get another point of view on that. And obviously, he's doing different things. But I'm just not doing that. So, are we going to see pregnant Cassie in this book? We will find out. Does Angela have to take her card with her everywhere? She is supposed to. Put it that way. She's supposed to. She is supposed to. Does that mean she does? I mean, she leans toward her mischievous fairy side, and that might come up here shortly. Oh, that's not a question. I had a notification on my phone. I was like, that doesn't make any sense because it's not a question. It's a different app sending me a notification. They need to make her promise. We might be realizing that shortly. So. Because there have been threats against all the kids, but specifically Angela, since she was born. So, and there's a difference to a threat when it's someone who does not want Angela to be around. So, most of the threats against their kids are that they're going to take them. But Angela has threats coming against her of someone who doesn't want her known and doesn't want her around. So, it's its own barrel problems. So much. Oi. Oh, guys. So much, just, I don't know the right word. So much, it's just like bang, 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 bang. The outline. I look at the outline sometimes and I'm like, that was a lot. It's a lot. If Haley has more than the 20 kids that she has now, will she get more girls? Haley is going to have more kids. I decided that when I was writing Raised to Cura. And yes, she does have more girls. Mostly boys, but there are girls. So. But yeah, I think that's, yeah. Which of the kids can turn people into trees? Julian and William can. So they are in the second set of triplets. Pretty sure, dude. Yeah. So Preston, William, and Julian are the second set of triplets, and Julian and William can do that. Do you have plans to give Nathan a second chance mate in the future? I have an option for that in a storyline. I'll probably decide that as I write that book where it comes into an option, because obviously he needs time to grieve, and he's grieving. So, but I mean, with Haley's lifespan, they all live for a very long time, so that's a very long time to be alone. So obviously that tells you which way I lean, but it is a potential plotline in a story. So will Cassie use the fairy ring from now on, since it hides her identity on missions? I mean, Caden pretty much told you he's not comfortable with it, because he's like, well, it doesn't work. So So, I mean, she gave it back to Bjorn, and she can use it at any time that she wants. But Caden doesn't want her um, out involved with stuff in the rings if like it doesn't work. So that's, you know, that's how he feels about it. And he does get a say in where people go and stuff. So, and, you know, obviously they can have a conversation about it too. And Cassie will have certain feelings about it. But Cassie's also a little, you know, leery of stuff with the ring too, because twice now they've tried to get her. And, you know, it's one thing when it's in the abstract of, oh, you know, these people came for me, but my parents and their allies, you know, stopped it, or my grandpa or my uncles. It's another thing when you're in the thick fighting. So in Lexi's book, Arthur and Robert are talking about Haley in the meeting with Chase, and he talks about people feeling loyalty to her. Does he know at that point she is treasured? He does. He does know at that point, and he himself has suspected that Haley and Aiden and Arian are the promised siblings. So at that point, that's where he's leaning. He does know that, and he is leaning pretty heavily towards them being that family. Can EJ and Cassie heal, or is it just Alexander? So when they were born, they thought that all of them could do it because of how powerful, like the healing side of it was. But it's just Alexander. Cassie and EJ can't do it. He mentioned it was in her lineage who was treasured before her. I think I thought that was obvious, but it's Alania. She has that ability, and she used it in a very bad way. But like, you know, she was a beloved queen. People talked about like that. She's the queen of peace, love, and harmony, and the people adored her. There was a reason for that. But Phelan also had it to a degree as well. She just didn't use it like Alania did. And it wasn't as powerful as Haley's. So they had like small bits of it, if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. It wasn't like Haley's. It was a lesser degree. So, but that's, you know, how Alania got away with some stuff. And that's how, you know, she ingrained herself with her children even to a degree, because she had that ability. What was the wedding gift Ashley gave Cassie? I was wondering if it was a charm or something she recognized. No. So she just gave Cassie like a gift certificate because she didn't want like she gave Cassie a gift certificate to a spa. Sorry, wait, what? Sorry, I meant Melanie / Sniper. What? You meant Melanie / Sniper, as that's who we know they are the same. Marnie, I don't understand the last part of this question. Your first question asked about the gift Ashley gave Cassie, and it was a spa gift certificate. I don't know what the second part of this is. We do know that Melanie and the Sniper are the same person. If there's more to that question, let me know. But we do know that. We do know that Melanie and the Sniper are the same person. Which obviously Jason's extreme reaction of, you know, passing out is because that the way that EJ and Cassie's book ended, that word told him that his dreams were real. So that every time he saw his sister, like every time he was dreaming about his sister, you know, doing something and taking punishment for him, it was her. So that's why he passed out. I meant how the Sniper knew Cassie was Cassie when she had the ring on. Well, we know that the Sniper is Melanie. We do know that. Well, one of them. There are multiple of them, but we know one of them is Melanie. But I mean, yeah, Melanie has always known who Cassie is. I mean, she dated her brother. She's seen pictures of Cassie. She's seen Cassie around. So Melanie knows who Cassie is. Um, she knows who all of them are. Her brothers are friends with them. Can Cassie control the weather like Haley or just the wind? She can't control it to the same degree, but she can make it rain, not like Haley can, but she can do it to a degree. But Haley doesn't use her treasured power, right? Does she actually believe she has it? No, she doesn't believe she has it. In our original reality, she doesn't believe she has it. And does she use it? No, she doesn't. She considers that to be manipulative. With Cassie being both Faye, Wolf, and Hakura, does she have a concupiscence and go into heat or only a concupiscence? So she has both. She has both. Well, when she met Caden, she had both, but now she just has her concupiscence. It kind of combines with her heat, but mostly it's just the concupiscence now. They're like on the same cycle. Is that the right word? Like on the same cycle. Like the first time it wasn't on the same cycle, but then it just syncs. It happens at the same time. I thought it was a bracelet or something Cassie was wearing, and how Melanie knew it was Cassie seeing through the fairy charmed ring. I thought it was a bracelet or something. Cassie was only wearing the ring. Cassie was only wearing her wedding ring and the charmed ring when she went into the field. She doesn't take off her wedding ring. But we will get answers to these questions that we'll get answers. I promise. Answers happen. But I think I've caught up on the questions. Do we have any other questions today? Are we alike question Sunday? That's fine if we are. But yeah, we'll get answers into, what's been going on and stuff. I don't we'll get answers. Do any of Haley's children have the treasured power? They do. They do. And I would say, if you're going to ask who, the one who needs it most. We find out about, but said he didn't like it either. We find out about it. I mean, we know it happened. Do we find out? We do find out. Yeah, we do find out a little bit more about it. Because of who Ashley, because of Ashley. And Ashley gets mad. Because of who Avery ends up with. Ashley just kind of like rambles what happened in that situation. It was like, oh, darn. I can't really explain that whole thing of what goes down, but we do hear a little bit more about it. And kind of his explanation is not really an explanation at all. It sucks. But I mean, he does say why. So it's not like it's satisfying, but he does say why. It's more about the Buck equation. We learn more about Buck. So, Buck is complicated. If Caden didn't want to be commander and just be Duke, would his next oldest sibling take over? Yes. I just wonder if it's a way that they kept him in line. No. It's just, the way he is raised. It's not that he doesn't love his sister. It's just, he has, he's trusting the wrong people. He's putting his faith in the wrong people and, his respect in the wrong people. So have a good weekend. Have a good weekend, Amanda. I've seen some people thinking there's going to be an update tomorrow. It's a holiday, and the usual childcare that I have for my son is not going to be around, so I seriously doubt there will be an update tomorrow. But yeah, I'll probably post that later tonight and just say, hey, it is a holiday in the US, and so probably will not be posting on Monday. But yeah, so I was hoping for him there would be a redeeming factor. I mean, he has a possibility to, grow and change as a character and a person. Because, I mean, it's not that he doesn't have a moral compass of right and wrong. It's just, going with tradition and the way things are. And that's not how Ashley is at all. She doesn't care about how they've done things. She doesn't care how things, are. She calls things out for being wrong and for being right. So that's more what it's about for her. For Buck, he didn't like it, but that's the way things are there. So, but to Ashley, that doesn't matter. And not a lot of people like Ashley because everybody just kind of accepted it. Like nobody liked it really, but they didn't have anybody to stand behind or do anything about it until Ashley showed up. So they're Ashley showing up gave them a person to stand behind, a person to protect those people, a person to say, hey, this is wrong. And for people to go, yeah, it is. And not just that, but a person to stand up against the leadership of the pack and say, you suck and I don't like you and you're wrong, where no one else had the guts to do that. Enjoy the long weekend, de-stress, take time for you and relax. Thank you. You do that as well. Are there still factions going against Aiden, or do they all fall in line when the one fairy came to the table? There are still fairies that are not good people working against Aiden. Are there there are still those who believe as Fabian did. It's not a large group, but there's enough of them. She's rocking the boat. I like it. Yeah, Ashley is seriously rocking the boat in Nashville. She's rocking a lot of boats. She's teaming up with Hakura, and the Hakura are taking care of everything she tells them about. So, she's putting a serious dent in the drug side of the ring with Hakura. And yeah, people she's rocking the boat by being a wolfless female lead warrior. I mean, they have it set up that way in Nashville so that doesn't happen because you have to beat, like when Eric mentions that they have to, or Chase might be the one who mentions that they have to beat the current, ranked members of the pack to win. Well, Nashville went a step further. You have to beat the current and future pack leadership, and you can only lose once. And she didn't lose. The last one was a draw. She would have kept fighting. But yeah, she's seriously making waves down there. So, but are there any other questions? If there's not, we'll just go ahead and end for the day. We can all go take a nap. I'll give it another minute and see if there are other questions. But yeah, Ashley is seriously rocking the boat. And that's all while her, personal life is, Ashley is having a bit of an identity crisis herself. So, yeah, she's making waves and dealing with a lot of things personally. So, I would love a nap. Sundays are game days, and I have a cheerleader, so we've been busy. Oh yeah, my sister was a cheerleader. So yeah, I know that those are busy days. But okay, well, we'll go ahead and wrap for the day. Everybody enjoy your long weekend. There will be, I think it'll be probably a updated chapter posting tomorrow, but something will be posted here tomorrow, either an outtake or a chapter. So we shall see. Something will be posted here. So what happened to Ray after he met his second chance mate? He still lives in Black Mountain. He's still around. We'll see him. We will see him again. So he'll be around. Enjoy your weekend. Catch some seas. Yeah. Hope I can get rid of this headache. It's driving me insane. But I will talk to you all later. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your Labor Day.